Let's say that you just got into cycling or you just got your first device without the power meter. So you got three parameters you can check: the RPM, the cadence, so how many spins you do with your pedals in a minute, heartbeat per minute, your heart, and also the speed. So we're going to analyze with three variables how you can control your performance. Let's go! So if it's the first time you don't have a clue about these numbers, a good starting point for the heartbeat is 220, the number 220, and you subtract your age. So let's say you're 50, 220 minus 50, so you get 170, which will be your maximum heart rate that you're gonna stay set as a maximum level of where you wanna push your heart in a performance. As you can see here, you got the BPM, the beats per minute of your heart, and the RPM below, which is the cadence, which is how many spin your pedals do in a minute. And for the cadence, so the time rotation of your pedals per minute, a good starting point is thinking that 100 is considered to be fast cadence and 50 very low cadence, so you don't want to never go below 50, so you can have a little bit of an exercise as you cycle along. Back in the days, also due to the hardest gear the bicycle had, the cadence, the pedal rotation was really slow, or about 40 RPM, and you would really see remember the riders really moving the shoulders, the whole body to push these pedals. Was really hard to climb. These days, also with the compact gear, so much lighter gear options, and the tendency is to spin your pedals much faster. It's Froome type, like Chris Froome, but you know, those guys have an amazing heart. So anyway, it's good to find the right combination in between, where you have a quite fast cadence, not as fast that it makes your heart going overflown, but fast enough that you can maintain a certain rhythm of the climb, and you can push as hard as you can on the top of the pedal. And then depends how long is your climb, you know, this is a half an hour effort, so I know my numbers now and I know what I can hold for this half an hour. And so we're going to analyze how these parameters can be combined together, the cadence and the heartbeat per minute, to have a good performance, to be able to sustain your performance for a certain amount of time, or for along a climb, to get to the top of the climb and to try to do your best performance. As I said, 170 RPM, beats per minute, will be my maximum that I want to set up. So in case I do some sprint, interval training, I can do some full gas sprints up to 170 of heartbeat, and then slow down for a bit, and then again do it 4 or 5 times in this climb. And this is a good effective training plan to do every now and again. This climb approaches behind me over there is going to be 6.5 kilometers at a 6% gradient, and this is a good gradient, you know, to go and do your own little test and to check your endurance level, and to do your little sprints, and to get to know your numbers, let's say. We're gonna start it very gradually, on a gradual pace and gradual heartbeat, and see how we get on. And because I already know my numbers, I'm gonna try to keep my heartbeat at 150 beats per minute, and the cadence at around 65, no more, because I know that otherwise I'm gonna go overflow with my heart if I spin any faster. And by doing that, I still try to push as hard as I can on the pedals and see how we get on. Let's go! Here we are, 144 beats per minute. You see I'm already on the red light here. And around 60-65 RPM, which is making me go at a 13 to 16 kilometers an hour. and this is gonna be about 25 minutes to half an hour effort. Alright, got to the top of my climb. So as I said to you, get a device, get yourself a bicycle computer, learn your numbers, and this will be particularly useful if you ride with friends, so you don't ride by emotions. You stick to your numbers, you focus on yourself, and eventually, unless they are so much superior, so much fitter than you, eventually you catch them, or you can do anyway your best performance on the way up. If you always say ride by emotion, you want to try to stay with them, all of a sudden you'll be overflown with your heart, and you will create lactic on your legs, and so your performance will be definitely worse than what it could have been done. Get yourself this device. If you have any comments, leave in the comment section below. I hope you learned something. If there's something else that you would like to add, you can write in the comments below. If you like this kind of content, there is a playlist. If you click on the playlist button, you will find cycling tips for beginners, a video series that I made a while ago. And until next time, get out more. It's fabulous outdoor. Bye.